Hello, everyone, and welcome to my proposal for the intramural program for Roessleville Elementary School. My name is Patty Bailey, and we're going to get started. So, our proposal layout will include four steps. We'll talk about step one, which will be we'll talk about where our school is, the different backgrounds, and who the supervisors will be that will help this program run smoothly. Secondly, we'll talk about the analysis of our school, how we ended up where we are, and why this program will be so effective for this school. Third, we will talk about the design of the plan, why we chose the different activities, why there are different plans set in place. And four, we'll talk about the continuous development of the plan as we go through the program. So step one is the foundation, and this is our CSPAP team over at Roessleville. And myself, I'll be the leader of the team. I will basically run the day-to-day operations and see what needs to be done. Supervisor will be Mike Palmer, who's the head PE teacher at Roessleville, and Mary Beth Tedesco, who's the principal. And we have a supporting teacher rep at each of the grade levels besides second grade right now. Other than that, we have a supporting teacher at each grade level so that information can not only be passed on by myself, but also by the supporting teacher reps as they continue to check back in with me, check back and forth, and we work together as a team. This is a solid unit, and we have everything that we need to move forward. Analysis. So let's start with the demographics of Roessleville. Roessleville has over 450 students here. We have 50 teachers, one full-time PE teacher, one part-time PE teacher, and myself, who will be filling in at PE mostly every day, if not during other times. It's located in South Colony Central School District. It is one of 5 elementary schools in this district. We are located right outside of Albany, New York, so we are a suburb of a bigger, larger city capital. And over 50% of our school receive free or reduced lunch, so we have a ton of different kids from different backgrounds that may have different upbringings, so on and so forth. There's some pre-existing community facilities for athletics and for just being physically active in general. On your left, you have the Rudy A. Saccotti Center, which is filled with an indoor pool, basketball courts, a track, a gym, and tons of other stuff for families to participate in. Obviously, that costs a membership fee per year. And also you have the Flight Trampoline Park, which is, these are just two quick examples. And Flight Trampoline Park is a trampoline park that offers daily classes and different membership stuff where you can go and be physically active in a different environment. Just really quick, these are some youth leagues. I'm not going to go through them all as you can see them on the screen, but just some big ones. We have a huge little league here. Youth wrestling and cheerleading are probably our biggest 3, as well as your normal youth leagues. So that's just kind of a quick background on that. These are our major school needs. I didn't want to give you a whole slide of, oh, we need this, and being very nitpicky. Here are our 3 biggest school needs, and we need physical activity programs outside of PE. That may sound simple, but as of right now, unless you are a member of a team or an outside club, we have a ton of kids who go home and simply can't afford to go to Saccotti Center, or they can't do something because of other needs. Parents, they're always busy. So we need to start providing our community with an opportunity for outside physical activity. Secondly, yeah, we have our basic physical activities offered, but some of these kids are never going to get the opportunity to try different physical activities, different sports, different activities, different ways to stay fit that may not be traditional. They may not be things that kids are going out and trying. And there's going to be students in physical education that don't get this opportunity because it's not part of the curricula. So this gives us an opportunity to provide those things. And third, these students need to learn the value of physical activity and exercise as a healthy means of stress relief. As I said before, we have a school with a lot of diversity from a lot of backgrounds. We're a suburb. We don't always have students who are from the best family upbringings. We don't have every student coming from a 2-parent household or every student coming from a household at all. We have foster students, we have others. So teaching these students at a very young age that there are things that they can do to stay healthy, and not just in a physical way, but in a cognitive sense as well, that they can use this physical activity as a healthy stress relief. They don't need to go down a violent path. So these are our three biggest needs as a school. Equipment and facilities. We have a fully equipped PE closet. You can read the rest, but one thing I'll talk about is the PEP grant. The PEP grant Mike Palmer got 2 years ago, and that has been huge for our equipment wise. We have everything from yoga mats to a gymnastics balance beam, all the way up to, we have all new gopher balls. We have a bowling set. We have tons of things that can get these kids physically active outside of our PE classroom. Step 3, the design, our Roessleville intramural program. Still a working name. Once we get a more catchy name, that's what's going to come to hand. These are goals of our program. 3 short-term and 3 long-term. These goals are going to be our guiding principles as to why we are doing what we do and what we need to get there. So for instance, one of our short-term goals is that we want to provide students with means to try new types of physical activities. We want to give students who can't go out to the Sakakati Center, who can't go to a YMCA, even those who do, we want to give them the opportunity to come into the gymnasium and work with me on different skills and different things that they can use to be physically active for a lifetime. These are all things that students are going to be able to use and build up their confidence in a social environment that is not only good for them, but is safe and is mentally preparing them for other things. One long-term goal that I really want to talk about is I want to provide evidence to our principal, Mary Beth Tedesco, our athletic director, Joe Gardino, and anyone else who's willing to see, parents, administrators, anything like that, that this program can get students going, and it is the way that all of our elementary schools need to go. We need to provide evidence so that when we show up in the morning, these kids are doing things that we need them to do. They are on task. They are learning new skills. They are growing socially in a new environment. We know that. We know that physical activity and sports can provide that social aspect. So we need to provide evidence both on the psychomotor, cognitive, and affective domains that says, here you go, this is what we're doing, this is why we do it, and we need to continue this program. In a long-term goal at the end of this program, we need to be able to say, this was effective, and this is why we should continue it in the fall. Our 7-week intramural program outline. Here are 7 different activities that we are going to do. If we choose to go to 10 weeks, we might choose to go to 10 weeks. It all depends on the success of our program. Some of these may be tentative to change. And as you see, all of our short-term goals need to be accomplished by week 7. And that is totally doable with the help of our team and the support that we have around the school. Some potential barriers. We don't know how many students are going to attend. We know the interest level. We know the interest level is high. But we don't know how many students are going to attend on a week-to-week basis. Right now, we have it slotted at 2 days a week with 3rd and 4th graders one day and 1st and 2nd the other day. So we're really going to get a gauge on that the first couple weeks. Getting outside volunteers, I am very close with some parents, but some parents I'm not. So I think this is a good opportunity for me to connect with them. But at the same time, we need to get those outside parents who maybe are willing to say, hey, I have an extra hour free before work. Yes, I can do this. Or yes, I can't. And if we can't, then it comes down to, can we get others in the school to back this program? Are you willing to say the success of my students is on the line enough that I'm going to be there and I'm going to show them that not only do I care about how they do in math and science and reading, but I want them to be physically active so that when they come to my classroom, they know it's business. And third, we are working out the kinks of the facilities being used, but I know it's all going to work out, so these are just some potential barriers. Assessment data. I already went into this slightly, but I want to talk about it more. Students are going to be wearing pedometers every single time. We have a yoga week. I know students aren't going to get that many steps, but that is going to be a highly stressing cognitive week. That is what that's for. Each week, students will be given a survey. Hey, I liked this. I didn't. Likert scales. 5, I really enjoyed this. Please tell me why. What else would you like to see? You can see on the right, after 20 minutes of physical activity, this is our brain. This is our brain after 20 minutes of aerobic activity. We're offering 40 minutes to an hour of aerobic activity other than some weeks like yoga or other soft weeks. We are offering this. We are giving students the opportunity to get their brains moving before school. Teachers always say that the first 10 minutes in the classroom are the hardest because students are still lagging behind from the morning. They might not have had breakfast. They might not have had something else. But if you get them moving in my gymnasium, I promise you their brains will be moving. And even if we get there, we may participate in a study that allows some of these students, we're going to take some of them and we're going to actually see if their test scores improve in the mornings after this physical activity program. Step 4 is our development plan. These are our next big 3 steps. We're going to send this letter home this week before February break so that students and their parents know what is to come. Secondly, we're going to break down each week during this week with the developing teachers and with our team. Say, this is the number of equipment we need. This is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to be broken down. And lastly, third, safety in the gymnasium is huge. We're going to uphold those gymnasium rules and those PE rules that we have during the day. And I don't think that'll be an overall issue. Technology is going to be huge in our project. Obviously, I said before we have pedometers. We're going to try and get our heart rate monitors. There's a heart rate monitor setting to our pedometers. But lastly, we have a projector. We have a Wii. There's so many Tabata Pros, Just Dance, different things that we're going to do that get kids moving. If they see something they can interact with, this is the generation to do that with. Obviously, we're not throwing all our chips in one basket, but we have the means to mix technology and mix physical education and physical activity so that our students maximize what they're doing. Finally, these are our final considerations. Week-to-week adaptations. This program is not going to be afraid to change. If week 1 doesn't go well, week 2 we're gonna talk. We're gonna see what we can do better for week 2, and we're gonna go from there. This isn't something that is. It's not solid, it's fluid, it's flexible. Secondly, we are going to keep the parents involved. This is a community. When we create the CSPAP program, it is for everyone from administrators to parents to outside community members to know what we're doing each week and why we're doing it. And third, we're going to keep those supervisors involved, and we're going to keep our athletic director, our principal, and my host teacher involved so that we can continue to closely develop a strong program. Now, if we're ready to buy in, this program is ready to go. Thank you so much for listening and hearing me out, and I hope that this Roessleville intramural program can get off its feet and get started. Thank you very much.